Hi everyone. I hope you all are doing good and everyone is in pink of their lives. Welcome back to IELTS Paradise. I hope you all know me now. So today I've come up with a very important topic that will help you on the day of your speaking test. Many times my students say that they find it difficult to communicate in English fluently, and their question is again the same, like what should they do if they get stuck in front of the examiner on the day of their test. So, see, what happens is if we practice correctly, following the right ways, there is no chance we commit a mistake on the day of actual test. So, my answer to this question is practice is the key. Follow the right method that will help you on the day of your actual test as well. What happens is while we are practicing for our IELTS exam, and we what we usually do is take the help of internet, take the help of a tutor, and then we speak, then we are able to answer them, right? So on the day of your actual test, there is no chance that you can take help from the examiner, that I'm not getting what word to say for this. We cannot ask them like that, right? So make sure you practice for as many ideas as you can and try to relate different topics. For instance, suppose you get a topic in your IELTS exam, describe about a party you went in the past with your family. Right, suppose you get this question. But while preparing for your IELTS test, you have prepared for a topic like describe a birthday party or describe a wedding party, something like that. So the question is related to party that has been asked by the examiner, but in a different way. So what you should do is you should try to mold the answer that you prepared for according to the examiner's questions by adding or removing a few lines here and there. Okay, so first advice for IELTS speaking part 2, that is cue card. My first advice for that is, like, do not just start speaking what they have asked. First, start by saying a general statement. For example, they are asking you about a party, right? They said describe about a party which in which you went with your family, right? So you should not say something like I went to a party with my family at this place or on that time. So the starting of your cue card should be with a general statement, not directly by answering to the examiner's question. Okay, so something like this you can follow for all the cue cards. Like, well, there are a number of events where I prefer to go with my family. I vividly remember one such incident that happened 2 months ago where I went with my parents and siblings. It was my cousin's birthday, and so on. You can continue speaking on this for 2 minutes, but your starting should be something like this with a general statement instead of answering to the examiner's question or the questions related to the cue cards directly. Okay, so this was my first advice to you all, that start by a general statement, and this you should follow for each and every topic that you are preparing for your IELTS speaking test. Okay, now my second advice to you is that you have to cover all the 3 or 4 questions that are asked in your cue card while speaking for 2 minutes on that topic. If you don't do so, you will lose marks. For example, this topic, describe about a party where you went with your family. It has some questions like when it was, where it was, and the last question, how did you feel about it? Okay, so you need to cover all these 3 questions in your IELTS speaking test, and you need to mold your answer or create a story around these questions. You need to extend each and every answer, and you need to speak for at least 2 minutes until the examiner stops you, right? So this was about speaking part 2, that is the cue card. Now, moving on to speaking part 1 and 3. Speaking part 1, as we all know, has some introductory questions and then followed by a few questions related to your hobbies or some topics like do you like stars, do you like reading books, do you like gardening, or do you like what do you do if you catch cold, something like this. So these answers should be at least one or two sentences. Okay, so for example, if the examiner is asking you, do you like books? So you will not just say yes. You have to say, yes, I like reading books, because stating a reason that why do you like to read books. You need to tell a reason as well. So if you don't do that, the next question that examiner might ask you is why. Suppose if you say no, I don't like reading books, the next question examiner might ask you is why not. Okay, so make sure whatever you say, you state a reason for that. Okay, moving on to the follow-ups, right? So the follow-ups, that is speaking part 3, will be related to the cue card that you have already spoken for 2 minutes. The questions will be related to that cue card in your follow-ups, for which you have to give answers for like 20 to 30 seconds, and it should be like 5 to 6 sentences. And in follow-ups you can give personal life examples as well. For example, you were asked a cue card related to party, right? So suppose the examiner asked you a follow-up question after the cue card, like what kind of parties do youngsters like to go in your country? So for this answer, firstly you have to answer to what examiner has asked you, and it is always better to give an example. So my next advice to you all is that do not speak in a rush. If you want to speak fluently, make sure that you speak slowly, because what happens is our mind needs certain amount of time to generate ideas. So if you speak slowly, mind gets enough amount of time, certain time, in which it can generate ideas on what to speak next. So speak slowly, use linkers, and keep on speaking with little pauses, not too much of that. You can make thinking sounds like but not too much of that. Okay, so make sure you follow this advice, because it can impact your score. If you make too much of thinking sounds like repeatedly, it may lower your score. So make sure you don't do that, right? So suppose you want to give an answer in yes or no to something, and your answer is yes. So instead of saying yes followed by the answer, you should prefer saying, I believe that, something like that. So it sounds impressive, right? So another thing that many students don't know is that when they don't understand, or when they are unable to hear properly what examiner have asked them, they can ask him or her to say the question again, and you just simply say, pardon me, and he or she will repeat the question for you. Apart from that, if you don't understand what the examiner is asking you, you don't understand the words which he is speaking, right? So you can ask him to rephrase the question for you. And you can do this by saying, can you please rephrase the question? Or if you can say it smartly, would you mind rephrasing the question, please? It is as simple as that. Just say and use these things in your IELTS speaking test, and do not panic if you don't understand the questions, don't understand the meaning of question. There's always a way for something, right? Anything. So another advice to you, if you want to give your opinion, I know most of you must be knowing this, but just to tell you again, use the linker in my opinion instead of simply saying your opinion. Okay, use the linker in my opinion, then give your opinion. So one last thing that I want you all to follow while preparing for your speaking test is that you need to follow coherence and cohesion, which means you need to speak in a flow. For example, there are 3 questions related to the cue card that we were discussing earlier, that were where was it and when was it, and the last question, how did you feel about it, right? So you need to answer to all these questions in a flow. You need to link your sentences, you need to make a story, and you need to make sure that you are not mixing your ideas. For example, firstly you talked about when was it, right? Then you talk about what was the place where you went, right? And then say, how did you feel about it? Apart from all these questions, while speaking, you need to extend each of these answers. So that is all about today's video. I hope you all learned something, and in my next video I'll be coming up with speaking part 1. I'll be answering some of the commonly asked questions myself so that you can know how to answer to those questions, right? So till then, stay tuned, keep learning. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.